shouldn't be self-sacrificing for other people. Like you said, people were trying to pressure you into smoking. It's like, well, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, and one thing I don't like is when people are like really antsy. So this how they was. I was like, come on, girl, we go over there to the old house and do it real quick before I don't like people like that. Like, chill. Why you?
What just want to get you late to smoke?
Like, you just so hyperactive to do something. I don't like stuff like that. Like, calm down. Like, so I was just never. I'm like, no, I don't think that's good because if I gotta get that hype to go do something I ain't even did yet, right. I'm good. Like, nah.
I don't know if you guys have been in many podcasts or shows, but starting these things sometimes is a little hard. So I'm going to try my best. Give me some horns.
Okay, fine. There. You're welcome. You're lucky I had that.
Anybody watching, listening, either now, the lucky few ones, thanks for following us religiously, and the future listeners / watchers, welcome. We have Miss Brown in the building, the best teacher in the country, if not the world. Definitely the best rapper teacher. No doubt. Fight me on that.
Undisputed.
If there was belts for rapping, she would have one right now.
Ooh.
That's all I'm saying. Horns again.
You want horns again? You want horns again? There. Yeah. Horns
again. You should have said y'all on my drop.
So, welcome. Also known as Drippin Honey. Thank you for taking the time to swing by the studio. If you wanted to, because the majority of our audience actually is from out of the country.
Oh.
So we're going to try to spread, I mean, it's not like it's a religion or anything, but we're going to spread,
spread the word.
Spread the word on the recent events in your life and your career. You want to just give a little summary of who you are, and you can, leave whatever information out as you want.
I'm Drippin Honey. I'm from Detroit. I'm an educator, rapper, songwriter, all of the above, philanthropist, designer. I have my own clothing line, got my own tutoring business. Now I feel like I just got a brain fart.
But yeah, we'll try to steer in a good direction. Just to kind of get right into it, the first time I learned about you was actually on TikTok. Just like many things that happen to go viral in the world, I didn't even know you were from the area because I saw like the video, especially the music video after the fact. Just tell us a little bit about what happened. Again, you don't have to get into too many details.
No, it's actually crazy that you said TikTok because like a lot of people be knowing me, but like I don't be knowing where they know me from. Right. So you know what I'm saying? Because you never really know where somebody was introduced to you at. Mm-hmm. But it was like TikTok, it was Instagram first, but TikTok was one of the second place. I was like, I'm about to post my video on there. And then I just copied my caption from my Instagram post and put it on my TikTok. And I'm at like 3-point-something million on my TikTok. But I couldn't believe it. Like I be on TikTok. Well, I don't be on TikTok like that. I'm trying to get on there more. Yeah. But like when I got on there, it was dinging. I never even really heard the ding from TikTok before. So I'm like, what is this noise? But it was my phone. It was going off. It was just hundreds and hundreds of people. And I'm just like, I'm going crazy on TikTok right now. So once I started going crazy on TikTok, I was like, let me put it on Twitter. Mm-hmm. So I put it on Twitter. In 22 hours, I did 5.8 million on Twitter. So my post went crazy on Twitter when I did it. And I was just like, I was thinking of somewhere else to post it at.
We gotta start making new apps.
No, for real. But Twitter, literally, by the 24th hour, I was at 7 million on Twitter.
Wow.
So in 22 hours, I did 5.8 million.
Oh man,
and I did it because my TikTok was doing so well. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, let me go put it on my Twitter too.
Right.
And I didn't have my Twitter since 2010. Like I didn't have it for a long time.
Okay, so it was just that.
And I have a lot of battle rappers on my Twitter because even when I was in high school from like the 9th grade, I really love rap. Mm-hmm. So like I listen to battles. I don't even have to watch it. I just listen to it. Like I just like hearing people rap. I just like to hear it. So I just was getting battle rappers too. Like, come to a battle. I'm like, I've been to a battle. So they're seeing me, but my Twitter is like just rap music. People that love music because that's just what I've been following since I was in high school.
Mm-hmm. And funny enough, so I saw your video on TikTok, kind of like I just said earlier, and I also saw you on the Breakfast Club. That's literally like, again, this is all before, and I think Charlamagne is the one that was and she's from Detroit. And I was like, wait a minute. And then, that's when I go in a little bit of research mode. I'm like, what do you mean she's from Detroit? And, I looked every combination in the book ever, because if you do look up sometimes Drippin or Honey, if you don't put like spaces or anything, it's hard to find who you're actually looking for.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, like, she's up there with some of the greats, which you are. He was like, and even though I love when he tries to throw like a what do you call outsider take. I don't consider Eminem in my list one of the best out there, but others do. Like, what do you mean, man? Like, just throwing this is but no, that's something crazy.
That's crazy, because in my new song that I have, and I was just like mentioning that ever since Charlamagne said my name, price is going up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because and I be thinking about that too, because he did say that, like, he said all those great people name, and then he said my name. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said my name with all these great people. Like, are y'all crazy? You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's crazy that everybody was watching the Breakfast Club interview, because I didn't watch it until a week later, because I couldn't take it. My heart was beating too fast. Like, I couldn't breathe. Like, I literally, I couldn't believe it. Even with, like, when I watched a little bit of it, he said Dominique Brown, I turned it off. I couldn't breathe after that. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I had to prepare myself to hear these people at a certain stature talk about me. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I was just like, I couldn't believe it was real, because I'm like, I'm Dominique Brown.
Right. You're like, that's me. What?
I'm like, that's me. So even everything you do, like, as an artist, like, putting these songs together, putting these videos together, like, this is something I come up with. This is something I do. So when people actually notice your work and they talking about it and stuff, I just couldn't take it. I couldn't even believe it, like, all my hard work. So it is a different ball game.
No, I mean, hard work pays off. Like, you literally just said earlier, you used to do a lot of well, not personally, but you like rapping since you were in high school back, 14 years ago now? Well, you said all night, so I'm just...
I didn't say nothing. I never even said no year.
She said the year. I had no cap. Anyway, but again, takes time. Let me just rephrase that.
Only because my students be like, "How old are you? How old are you?
Now she's gonna get those questions.
How old are you? I'm like, what's the age? Better chill, y'all.
If you're a former student of Ms. Merrill, stop watching. Go support the Instagram and the music. I personally have a couple of your favorite songs. One I can't say because I am brown, but so I had to switch it for another one. So I have a No Cheat Code and Drippin 101 are my favorite tracks. When I tell you, there's a few songs that make it to my list from the local scene, because I personally don't like to fake love people and stuff like that. I don't listen to a lot of rap. I'm more of a I'm from a Hispanic descent, so my music taste is a little different. But you're one of those few artists that I reach out to have on here, because it's like, the music slaps. Like, it's good. It's good music. And then your story it's mind blowing, and I hope it's only nothing but success coming up, man. You got what are some of the newest projects? Because we can get to Drippin 101, but what's some of the newest things you dropped?
So I'm about to drop my tape, Dripped Out of School. It's honestly been kind of ready for a while, but like, time and consideration, just putting in consideration, just I want everything going up towards it to be 100%. So I got like Really Her, which is like one of my songs that I really, really love, because I'm really her. Like, and then it's not the fact that I'm just really her, everybody see me really be her for real, so it's just like on a different ball game. Double XL is because, like, majority everybody do so much to get on Double XL and trying to rap and drop a verse, and I ain't even have to drop a verse to get on there. Like, to have that type of promotion, like, people will sell their soul for the type of promotion that I got, and I was blessed to have. So it's just like, that's what took me so long to, like, let me actually put every sound, every lyric perfectly together for my new project. And then it's just like, because I did leave a situation, but I dripped out of there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody just, do nothing.
Yeah, you didn't get kicked out. She didn't get kicked
out. What are we talking about?
I dripped out of school.
She drifted out of there. She was like, I'm out.
Yeah, and even like one of my favorite songs on there, but a lot of it was like inspiration for everything that happened. Even like, literally, not always say that, but like Charlamagne, like, I couldn't believe it. That's why I was just like, price is going up ever since he said my name. Like, he said my name, my real name, my stage name, my fake name, nickname. He
said all like the middle school name, everything.
So it's just like, it's just different. So it's like Dripped Out of School is really like a good handcrafted release that I'm gonna have.
That's pretty cool. Before we, kind of, because obviously we, a lot of people that know you know what's going on right now. But tell us a little bit of where you grew up. A little bit about yourself. Again, you don't have to get too specific.
I'm from the 4219. I got a big CEO. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah, you can do it.
Go ahead.
No, it's free range around this bitch. We should ask. Oh wait, can we cuss, Miss Brown? I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, I'm a big CEO for shit in motion. I'll put a nigga on if he ain't got no motion.
Again?
But yeah, I'm from 7 Mile Evergreen. So I'm from the 4219. So even that's one of my songs y'all got to hear. But I'm from the 4219. That's our zip code over there. It's 4219. That's where I grew up, and I believe in the neighborhood. And certain type of people, especially like where we from, and people don't look like us, will make us think like because we yell out or say the neighborhood that we from, that we a certain type of person or ignorant or ghetto and stuff like that. But like I literally wouldn't be who I am if I didn't grow up where I grew up. And I ain't have the people around me that I had. If I would have grew up somewhere else, I probably would have been different. I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. To where like I believe in the neighborhood, and I believe in where I'm from, and I believe that I should always give back to the people around me, teach the kids in my neighborhood that I see at my liquor stores, my gas stations, my grocery stores, like all those different things, because they can be the next who I am, but bigger than me. And we grew up in the same neighborhood. And then I'm in the house on the news watching people defend me that's on the board of education. Did not meet them. They from the same neighborhood I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you can be from whatever neighborhood you from, the hood or whatever they want to call it, and still be somebody, still make something of your life, still be educated, still be smart, and still literally be everything that you want to be. And I believe the neighborhood is important. So what my nonprofit is called Social Privilege the Neighborhood. And if kids are like in my community and they're failing, I will tutor them for free because I believe in the neighborhood. So just trying to also give the neighborhood just a brighter light and not a dark one.
Right. It's because, I mean, when you hear Detroit and, especially the news likes to over-sensationalize, the bad portions, but they never talk about like, somebody donated, blah, blah, somebody's doing community service.
It's a whole block in Highland Park that like, they got a homework house. If kids don't have Wi-Fi printers and computers and stuff, you can go there for free. In the summertime, they got liberated farms where they teach kids how to garden and make their own food, fruits and stuff like that. Like you ain't never seen the news ride down the block.
You don't hear about that. I'm literally learning in real time right now.
And it's a black lady that literally off the Detroit Land Bank bought every house that was on her block and turned it into something. And those little containers that people have now, them long ones.
Oh, the shipping containers?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And making them out of like stores where the kids can also come and work. And it's a tiny home and another one. But it's a lot of people out here doing for this city that, people are trying to look down upon when everybody is around here trying. Everybody around here hustling now. Now, if it was no progress at all, then it would be a problem. But we always progressing and we always doing something, And like, even with my students, I always tell them, like, I don't think you're going to be Barack Obama at the end of the day. Like, at 4 o'clock, like, you just going to be a changed person. Right. Like, it takes time. It might take a week. It might take months. It might take the day you graduate. Right. That's going to be the change. Like, you can't really just say when we drastically go see 100% change. So we just have to focus on the little progress that we do have.
Yeah, no, that's one thing that I feel like social media might get a little bit of a responsibility or kind of being the main cause of like people always see people's like wins or like successes and they're like, oh, that happened like in an instant, but they don't see all those years, all those afternoons, all those parties they didn't go to. They're always like to grandma, glorify.
And I was just telling my manager on the way here, like, people are not humans no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no compassion, there's no empathy, it's no sympathy. It's just like, this person look away, I'm about to go follow and bandwagon that. Where you got people that is putting their love and their heart into everything that they do, and they not getting no show for it because they're not around here running around like clowns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Does it get the clicks? That kind of thing.
That's the thing too. People follow what's essentially trending per se. You can say that, and it's hard to have that character of like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do what I like. Yeah, because it's sometimes it is tempting, and again, we're all human. But
it ain't never tempting to be a clown. You know what I'm saying? So it is like
to an extreme.
You know what I'm saying?
There's something there.
That is something.
It just be. I be laughing at him.
We need to have a circus button.
What a clown! You're giving me too much here. What are you doing to me?
For another day. But tell us a little bit about the name. Where'd that name come from? Drippin Honey.
Everybody be laughing because people do sexualize my name so much, but I swear.
I know that's one of the first things I thought. I was like, Drippin Honey. And actually, Shad, I saw the interview you did with him because we were with him. When Shad was there, buddy. Shout out to him. He was like, what was Drippin Honey? And I'm like, dude, why you bring that up like that? Like,
that's Shad, though. Bless him. He's great.
I was like, anyway, sorry, I cut you off.
No, but I literally got it from my mom, and it wasn't like she wanted a fake page, and she was like, "Can you make me a page where nobody know who I am?" I was like, "So you want about you know how your parents are older too, so you're trying to explain to them what they're doing?" Right. I'm like, "Okay, so what you're doing? You want a fake page?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay, what do you want your name to be?" And her birthday is September 24th. So she was like, Drippin Honey 924. And I was like, dang, that sounds so sweet. So then I made my swim line first, Drippin Honey swimwear. And then I was just Honey. And then I was like, no, I'm going to be Drippin Honey. So I just changed it. And so I took it from my mom. And she told me I had to pay her for it, but I took it from her.
You know, after Charlamagne dropped that name, Mom, the price went up.
You got to negotiate.
I mean, since we've had this recent explosion and I don't know, I don't want to say virality or popularity because again, I'm a big fan of like you've been doing work for a while, you deserve to get that credit of you've been doing it for a while. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced after this new chapter opened up?
Challenges that I face is
either whether it's just in the industry or like it could be personal in your life.
I mean, I would think number one, losing a job. I don't know if people live in a fake world, right, but when you lose a job, that means what? That direct deposit don't come no more.
I know that feeling.
I'm not no millionaire, and I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm bougie. What happened to me? I lost that direct deposit. That was coming on time every time. So like that's the real world. Like I don't live in a fake world. I work to. Even with my music, like I'm not a millionaire. I work to have my money to live my dreams and do stuff that I want to do. So when the money stop, of course, okay, now you 100% rapper now, but it's still devastating when it just happened and you wasn't expecting it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody expected to lose no money or not have this money coming. And working, I don't know. I guess people that don't work don't know, but that's certified money that I know coming on this day, on this time. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? I don't care what I do, what I did, but this is my money. So it's just really just that. I had to just, for the first 2 weeks, I was like, oh, I can get the check, right? Oh, this the last one? You're like, man, is that when that reality kind of hits in? Like, this the real world.
Like, I got to pay bills. They'll definitely do be hurt. I wish we all had a bag.
Yeah, it don't matter. Even if you get money other ways, like you can still get money other ways. If this deal right here don't go through, you still gonna be upset. You still gonna be mad because that was money that was supposed to come to you. Right. So that's the biggest challenge, losing some money.
Yeah. I mean, especially when it's because of somebody else's standards. We were talking about probably a couple months ago or a month ago. We had a young lady here that advocates for sex workers' rights, and she was talking about strippers' conditions and stuff like that. And one of the things we touched on was like when teachers get fired for having an OnlyFans. And it wasn't an argument. It was more like a discussion of we think it's not fair to fire somebody that's in a position that's, in my opinion, teachers are up in society. Like they cannot get enough love. That police officers and firefighters, you guys are public servants essentially. You're teaching the next generation to be better and just do better. So when people have to resort to either a side hustle or anything else, it's like, why are we bashing them if they're not mixing pleasure and business or vice versa? Let them be. What is this problem? Why not take care of it internally? You don't have to blow it out of proportion. You don't have to hit the news. Not everything has to be just blown out of proportion. And it's unfortunate, but sometimes it could be a blessing and a curse. Would you say that it was more of a blessing than a curse?
I feel like life period is both. Some things be a blessing, some be a curse. It be ups, it be downs, it be turnarounds. It's just that regardless of what I'm going through, I'm just going to handle it and do what I got to do, And if it was somebody else, they probably would have been felt like they fumbled or dropped the ball and stuff like that. But me, not so much, because stuff is not going to stop happening to me. You know what I'm saying? Or nobody else for that matter. It's just stuff in life happens, and you got to either roll with the punches. And chances make champions. So these are chances that I took. And just leading up to everything that happened and having conversations with people that are mentors to me, the biggest thing that I always go with is that I had to bet on myself.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, even it's me sitting right here, this opportunity just didn't come knocking at my front door. You know what I'm saying? I even worked for this right here to be at this interview. And if I wouldn't have did what I did, nobody would have had even these opportunities to give Dominique Brown, you know? So it's just like, and even with the little things I probably thought was little, it all led me up to this point. So it's just like all the little stuff was important. All the big stuff was important. Everything I did was important, you know, regardless if I wasn't feeling well that day, it was sick, this happened, that happened. Everything I did was still important. So that's just how I had to look on it. And I had to just bet on myself because nobody never gave me an opportunity. Nobody has told me, Dominique, you better go to school, you better do this, you better do that, you better do that. It was things that I just did that was good for me. And that's what people, they get so caught up in other people's stuff. I just be worried about my business. I don't care about what nobody else got going on because it never helped me. Right. Like it just never. Even when I was in college, I had to go make all my friends go to class. They were talking to me. I'm like, girl, I'm about to go to class. I just was never interested in nothing that had nothing to do with me. Like, why y'all not going? I'm not paying this. I think logically, I'm not paying this money to be missing.
To be failing and
you
stuff.
know what I'm saying? Even if I was the type of person, I was doing all my work, but I'm sitting in the back. I ain't talking that much. I'm just chilling, but I'm about to show up because I'm not paying this for nothing. So my whole thought process, everything I do is differently than other people, whether we friends or not. My friends in high school asked them. They were trying to get me to smoke all high school. I was like, no. You know what? I just didn't want to do it. I'm not. You can't peer pressure me. You can't make me do something. If I just don't want to do something, I'm just not gonna do it. If my body just say no, this ain't right. Yeah, do this. You should do that. Like I go with my feelings. I don't let nobody intentions, us being friends, us being family, persuade what I'm doing and how I'm thinking. Like I be like, no, I feel like this is right. I feel like this is that. No, I need to do this for me. So that's how I be.
No, that's an absolutely amazing attitude to have because sometimes we get influenced from since I was in high school all the way to now. I'm sure we've had influences from the closest people that we see at the time. It could be family that they want to steer you in a direction they want to steer you in, not the one that's best for you. And it's like we shouldn't be self-sacrificing for other people. Like you said, people were trying to pressure you into smoking. It's like, well, I don't want to do it.
Yeah, and one thing I don't like is when people are like really antsy. So this how they was. I was like, come on, girl, we go over there to the old house and do it real quick before I don't like people like that. Like, chill. Why you?
What just want to get
you late to smoke?
Like you just so hyperactive to do something. I don't like stuff like that. Like, calm down. Like, so I was just never. I'm like, nah, I don't think that's good because if I got to get that hype to go do something I ain't even did yet, I'm good. Like, nah.
There's some behind the scenes weirdness in there. It's like, yeah, you'd think, right? Like something not up to par. No, but it's good to, like, because you did touch on something I was going to ask about, like just staying grounded and humble to your beginnings and how you grew up and how you go through life and whatnot. Like, how do you dispose, with everything happening, how do you like stay yourself really and stay true to your goals, your aspirations, and being who you want to be? With including the Charlemagnes of the world, talking about you.
I feel like so I have all brothers, right? So, and I always think about my home life is that like living in a house with all boys for one, and being the only girl. I never really had to fight for my identity because I was already born differently than everybody else. Everybody around me is men. So just even with that being said, everybody was. Dominique got a basketball game. Dominique got this. My family been coming supporting me for the things and the organizations and the teams that I've been a part of since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? I always been doing something. People just don't know me. Like, hey, I ran into her. No, they know me from something, from what I was doing. I ran for class president. Like, I always did stuff. I always created things. I always was in an organization. I was always hooping. I played AAU. I did so much things. So like, niggas just didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? They don't. It's like you ain't just ran into me. Like you knew, like that's Damo that used to hoop. That's that. Like it's something else behind my name always, and that's why everybody was like, "Hold on, Dominique, when you start rapping?" When I decided I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like but I didn't never have to be like just be broad about it because I always been who I am.
Right.
And I always did things, even like just being in college, like. When I was in college, I had to focus on college. I wasn't that one person that could do a little bit of this, do this. I just had to focus on college. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do no extra work. I got to focus on this work. And nobody in my family never been to college or nothing like that. I ain't have nobody I could, how was this? it was nothing. So I had to lock in. So I wasn't focused on music in my college journey because I had to be focused on college just for me. Other people they can hoop, play football, do college, do this, do that, travel, whoop. I just had to focus on that because I just know how I am. I get indecisive. I probably lay down, get in that bed. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to school in Memphis, that good barbecue. So, you eat good. So it's just different.
I would have never focused in school with that.
Nah, couldn't.
So I think that's why it's not hard for me to like be who I am because I never in my life tried to be nobody else. And like my role models always came from around me. I ain't have to watch TV to get no role model. The girl next door ain't have to be my role model. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't that girl. Like I looked up to my mom, my granny, my aunties, like people that was actually in my life, real life figures. Like I never needed to be a follower. I never really seen a follower in my family.
So kind of steering back to the conversation, like I kind of touched on earlier about appreciation for teachers. I personally think they're unsung heroes. If you had the power to change one thing about the career or profession, literally like a genie wish, what would it be?
To change about the profession, like of teaching?
Yeah.
I would honestly change, if you don't like kids, don't teach.
Oh, so
I would want to change that. I would want to have a lie detector test to ask everybody, do you like kids? Like, for real. Just that right there. Do you like kids? Right. Like, yes, I like kids. And then like, ma'am, you do not like kids.
There's a difference with people that think they like kids to people that actually like kids.
Yeah, like those type of people, you just need to get them out of there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because no, like it's not good. Like, if I honestly didn't like it, I really wouldn't do it. Because then what happens? You get irritated. You don't want to be here. Now, sometimes you might lash out. You might have an outburst. These kids and all that. Like, I ain't never had to do that. I'd be like, hey, y'all tripping. Like, that's it. Like, like at the school I'm at now, they was like, do the quiet coyote. And I am coming from high school, so I'm going back down to middle school. So it is different for me. So I probably do have to be more patient because I'm used to these kids going like that because they're in high school. So I'm like, okay, but I had to tell them today, I'm not doing that. Y'all too old for me to be doing hand singing. This not sound language. Be quiet. Yeah, if somebody tell you to do something, just do it. Like, and that's what it is. It's like, and I think it's gonna be good for me being with them because I'm not taking no baby steps. Do what somebody told you what to do. Do as told. That's how it was when we was in middle school. It's like it wasn't none of this. It was none of this. Didn't I tell you to be quiet?
Like, oh man, I had some teachers.
Yeah, like, and it's not even a mean way. It's just that y'all get the free time y'all get when y'all done with y'all work. Like, it's not stressful in here. So that's why I'm not doing all that extra stuff. I don't stress y'all out. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and I don't want to talk to y'all like y'all know babies either. I just want to tell you something and you do it. You know what I'm saying? So I would think, if you just don't like kids, don't do it. Because still, I say all that and I got snacks. I got fruit snacks. They was crying today. Like, you ain't got no fruit snacks? Y'all literally ate them. Like,
what do you mean you got no fruit snacks?
Y'all literally ate them.
It's not in the budget.
Tortilla chips that I brought that wasn't for y'all. Because as soon as somebody say, can I have some? I'm literally not going to say no.
Yeah.
So now it's everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's one, it's everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Then I come from a household, like if one person eating, I know nobody's about to eat in nobody's face. So of course I got the big bag and I'm grabbing little tissues, giving everybody some. So it's just like, but that's because I love what I do though. Regardless if I'm like, got to tell you the same thing every day, even if you don't listen. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make me mad because I know it takes time. Yeah. And some people just don't know it takes time. And I wasn't a troublesome student. I was an excellent student. I was a perfect student, Like, I really was. Like, I had to beg my mom to come to parent-teacher conference. Because she used to say, Dominique, they go say the same thing. You're the perfect student. You do, like, she was just like, they go say the same thing. And I was just like, that's not fair. You should want to hear that.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I came from a good school background. I used to love school. Nobody never had to make me do my homework and stuff like that. And so I feel like that's why I'm a good teacher too. Like, I was a good student. I had good teachers myself that I love. So it's just like, we are a representation of what we seen, what we've been through and stuff like that. And I have been through good situations as well. And that's what I be sticking on. That's what I be thinking about. I don't be dwelling on the bad stuff or the bad days, or just anything bad that really happens because it really doesn't matter.
And that's a pretty unique perspective because I personally wasn't a good student. So you have that perspective of like, if you can identify somebody that might be doing good and maybe the challenges that they face.
And like I told y'all, my friends was bad.
Right, like you had to come on, you gotta go smoke. Come on, man.
Like my friends was, and then like I went to private school. I told y'all I'm from 7 Mile, so like leaving these private schools, leaving these Southfield schools, I still was going back to my neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I know these kids can still know how to act, still can get their education, still get that like, and still get these things because I was still that kid. Even though however I was in school, I still was faced with a lot of different opportunities that not having rides to school, not doing this. When I told my mom I was playing basketball, she asked me how I was gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? So I had to figure it, like, you know what I'm saying? So as young as we've been figuring it out, like, so I'm just like, I want them to take the initiative to figure it out. Because like you said, I am raising the next people. I don't want the next people to be lazy. Yeah. So if somebody tell you to do something, I need you to do it.
Do it. Because I mean, there's going to be the people.
And I'm not saying let people boss you around, because we also with teaching you, literally teaching like a TV show. Oh. You giving out homework, you teaching people, you learning people, you handling disputes, arguments, all type of stuff. He said, she said. It'd be like Lifetime in there. Okay? Like, it'd be Lifetime. Earlier today, I just told them, I said, oh my God, middle school drama. Like,
oh no. I can imagine that.
No, seriously. So I'm just like, oh my God. So that's why I love it too, because it is fun. It's just funny. Like, y'all are just, they funny. Like, they just so funny. Like, y'all think, when I came back from lunch, I can see them all in the window just looking at me. Now they know what type of car I drive. Like, but that's how you know you a good teacher and stuff, because they be waiting on me like, girl, where you was at? Where you was at? You supposed to be back here 5 minutes ago. And I'm like, chill, relax. So it's just fun.
That's a good connection, though.
Yeah,
you look at it that way. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
Well, I think you kind of just answered one of my questions, though. Are you back to teaching?
Yes, I am. I teach middle school English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I personally have some really good memories from when I was in school, the time that I did pay attention and actually tried. One of them being history class. I like history.
I taught history last year.
Oh, did you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so
U.S.
cool.
history.
Especially that period. And again, I don't want this to sound bad, but I'm a big fan of World War II. Maybe I know it sounds kind of bad, but just that period, I think it was kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The world was at war, and we ended it with a big explosion, literally.
Yeah.
Two? That's crazy. Two. I forgot about that.
My favorite is the Industrial Revolution.
Oh, okay.
Because I love when I was like teaching this lesson with my students, because we're from Michigan, we from Detroit, we from Motown, we from this place. So where all the labor unions started here, making the cars, making the engine in Lansing and stuff like that, and coming from where people was really building their houses from their hands and sewing their own clothes to literally being industrial and having all the big five that we have and all the casinos we got downtown. And it's just like, even way back then, when you look at it around that time, Detroit was on a whole nother wave. Like, we had all the factories and everything, and it started off with factories just being built around rivers and waters, and we know we we all surrounded by that until it, of course, started sinking into the water. But till then, we started building better factories and steam engines and stuff like that, and it was just like the world wouldn't be operating if it wasn't for us. And I was just trying to get my students to know that people can say now these days and talk about where you from and all this, that, and third. The world wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for us. They wouldn't be driving. They wouldn't be making nothing. I don't care. From the simplest machines, they wouldn't have had it if it wasn't for us. Yeah. So it's just like, that's why I love history, because people don't know. Like, my granny is 95. She was born in Mississippi, but when she got to Detroit, when she was like 10 years old, it was dirt roads here. And she's still alive right now to tell me that. And that's why I love history. And I'm just like, dang, my granny remember downtown, it was nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing. And it's just so crazy. My granny said she bought her house with cash. You know what I'm saying? She worked 2 jobs. And I'm like, bro, 90 something years ago. It's crazy. You can't tell me like, I just get happy when I hear stuff like that. I'm watching the Aretha Franklin movie and I have to call her. I'm like, do you know her? She's like, do I know her? We used to be at the club. We used to be doing this. And it blew my mind. It just blew my mind, because then her oldest son, he went to school with the Temptation. Like, bro, it's so much history. And it's just like, our parents, our uncles, our aunties, our history. Like, that's real life history that's walking around here. Yeah. That can tell us anything that we want to know from 90 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're complaining about roads now. Imagine when it was like not even pavement. You're on a horse.
No, seriously. Imagine when it was a horse and maybe the first Model T car coming around, and the first Model T car sold a million cars. You know how big that was in the 1900s?
In that time, yeah.
A million cars?
Yeah.
And then the production line and everything, that was unheard of.
I mean, then population wasn't
child
even that
labor,
big,
all they having kids. Like, why do y'all think kids are in school now? Like, stuff just didn't come about. Right. Kids are in school because they used to work.
Right. Literally.
Yeah. Like, we're really working, chopping their hands off and stuff like that. And when I was teaching my history classes, and I used to tell my students that, like, history might make you sad. It might make you angry. It might make you happy. Like, these are emotions that the history literally teach y'all, but it's okay. And that's the thing, like, because we got to talk about it. It got to be talked about, and you got to learn it. And it might hurt your feelings sometimes, but I like to tell them, do you want to go to work right now? Huh? Because these kids was working. Okay, they was chopping their heads like they was doing real work and having pictures like, you see how dirty this boy was? He had to go work at 5 o'clock in the morning with his mama. He didn't know how to read. He didn't know how to write. They didn't know none of that. They had to work until things was laws and everything meant from the meat that if you eat meat, from the things that you eat, like, it's reason why we have the FDA and stuff like that. Like, everything was a process in history. People was dying from it, just going to go buy stuff. So then like, hold on, let's check this. Like, so it's just like, we built this world. Like, everything wasn't just organized and just civil like this. You know what I'm saying? People had to die for it. People had to vote for it. People had to make laws for it. People had to do this. People had to do that. It's so much things people had to do.
Yeah. You know, it's funny enough you touched on that because we've had conversations here. Because again, I grew up, I was born here in Detroit. Well, we're in Flat Rock, but I was born in Southwest Detroit, and but a partial of my childhood, I was raised in Mexico, so it was another country, right? And it was rural like Mexico, but it's crazy because again, in the last few months, we've been talking about how sometimes people don't see that perspective because it's so easy to see where we're at right now, like modern day, right? All the amenities, all the luxuries. We can sit and complain. Well, not complain. That's a bad word. We can discuss mental health, right? But 50, 60, 70 years ago, what mental health? You got to go back to work. You know, there was no like phones or nothing. You went and visit a friend. Oh, guess what? They're not home. Walk back. Like, I remember that when I was a kid. You know, like there's no like.
Oh, they're not home. Walk back.
Walk back. You know, 5 miles later.
And again, we take stuff for granted, and it's crazy because when we understand, I feel like it gives you more an appreciation. When you have that, you know, because again, that's why I probably was so fascinated with history because I would just see just a difference in almost like just regional from a third world country situation to like now here in America to where like it's so easy to just not see the hard work from everybody in the factories to, again, going back to teachers. It's so important for good teachers to exist because I remember I used to have some good teachers, but some really shitty ones. I remember the shitty ones. Oh my God. Shout out to Miss. I was about to cuss her out. But
and in college, I took all history classes like as my electives. So that's how that came about.
That's pretty cool. Do you think we're in a digital age now? Kind of similar to industrial?
Definitely. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. And honestly, I don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Like, probably it's the educator in me because I feel like the technology is making kids fall behind. Just from the light, it can be from the UV rays. They need to get a piece of paper and write. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, because even on the iPad, it's not really working on it being eligible. You know, it being neatly. It actually, you know, and I'm just seeing it because I'm grading it. You know, so it's just different. Like, they need pens on paper, and sometimes you do need to have that other side where you can shut everything out and focus, you know, and that's not what they had because now what they got ADHD, yeah, they need to sit down like from the beginning, not already when they 12. Right. You know what I'm saying? By the time like okay, you 12 now, you need to learn this. Like it shouldn't be like that. Like you need silence. You need to just sit down and focus on this, and you don't need all these other things to do this one thing, you know. And I feel like that's what it's just lacking at. Even all the books, they digital, but like what about those people that need to feel and actually see and I like that's just me too. I'm a physical learner as well, like, and being an educator, you know, everybody don't learn the same, so why would I try to push all these electronics on somebody if everybody don't learn the same? Where a piece of paper and then writing, me sitting right here actually explaining to you is better for you. You writing the word, putting a dash and writing the definition and actually going to a dictionary and looking at, you know, because you'll get on, they can go on Google and put define, but 30,000 other links pop up. Now you doing this. Now you doing that. It's like, it's distracting. Nothing was distracting you from that thesaurus. Nothing was distracting you from that dictionary.
Right, true.
Oh, the encyclopedias, man. I remember them boys.
Oh, yeah. Like
A through Z. Pick up.
And I'm not saying every day, all day, it got to be that and don't use the technology that we have. But you have to have that downtime where you take the technology away and like, hey, it's time to study. Hey, it's time to learn like this. Or with the iPad, only take notes on it or something like that. Like, things have to be monitored and reinforced on every level or it's not going to work that well.
Yeah, and there's also like the downside. You got the ease of access, but at the same time, it's like, what if all the stuff you're looking at is actually wrong info?
In some schools, they use like Go Guardian to where like, okay, I tell them to get on the internet, do something, whatever. I can close out their stuff if they not on what they supposed to be on. Okay. I can see, I can lock it. What you lock my stuff for? Come on, man. Like, come on. You want Roblox. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing that right now. So, but, like, seriously, I'm like at your big age, but whatever.
That shit is fun.
So, just like stuff like that. And I just feel like it has to be reinforced sometimes to put the technology down. Because what happened if you need to do your homework and the Wi-Fi
It's down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't even know how to, the first clue of how to look for the definition of something or look at a map. It might be history. You need to know the capitals of the stuff. And you just not even go know what's going on. And these physical things that we have should be cherished because, like, if we don't have it no more, then what? Because this technology can blow, it can explode, it can malfunction. You probably got to send it back, not get it back for a month. It's so many things that can happen. So in that whole time, you're not going to be learning. You just can't function. You don't know how to write for real.
Simple as using like a physical map.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how much people don't know.
I feel like less people are knowing how to use a map now.
Nowadays.
That's crazy.
You ever see somebody with doing this? No, not really.
But even on the one on my phone, I'd be like this.
You'd be like, is that this car?
No, for real. Okay, so this is
You're like, I think that might be.
But I actually took like a park and recreation class because I was a sports major. So park and recreation class where we had to learn how to read these maps and stuff like that. Like that was part of my class. I didn't want to be a park ranger, but I had to take the class though.
You know, you kind of mentioned on the balance that, you know, kids or the newer generations have of like, you know, there should be periods where they go into and just disconnect, right? But I feel like, and again, this is my personal opinion. No one has to agree on this. Just like anything, like from history, like when we implemented the seatbelts in a car, right? People unfortunately had to die too from accidents again, to step in, or like the FDA, people were getting poisoned. I feel like that's sometimes how most people in society or just society in general learns their lesson the hard way.
Yeah.
I feel like we are in the middle of learning it the hard way. Yeah. With all this, you know, depression's on the rise. We have suicide rates and it's crazy. Like if you look at just the chart 14 years ago before Instagram, the amount of people like in, you know, the middle school age per se of, you know, being depressed and self-confidence. But I feel like we might be taking a turn now.
A little boy just told me yesterday, I gave that girl a ring pop last year and I think she only took it just so her and her friends can laugh. And my friend killed himself over something like that last year. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just thinking they so young. I'm like, which girl did that? Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, they gonna make you feel like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, it was shocking to me though that it just went to that extent. Like when I was young and I was in middle school, I did have a friend pass away, but it was of cancer. I couldn't even really fathom right now of just like one of my friends taking themselves away. You know what I'm saying? And somebody really getting them to that point feeling like that and them just feeling like they didn't want to be here no more. And these are kids. They don't have no responsibilities and you don't feel like crap.
Yeah.
That's even more horrible. Now I'm not saying like when an older person complain, but you know I can see why an adult complaining. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. I was like, yeah, well, you gonna be all right though, you know? But little kids just like it's heartbreaking and you know what I'm saying? So they definitely are taking a lot of things to heart. To where I feel like when we was younger, I wasn't really taking anything to heart. Boy, what you say? What's up? You like? I would have threw that lollipop back at her. You know what I'm saying? No, for real.
But now, if you do that, then you know you go viral because of your school fights.
And that's the thing about being a teacher. I say a lot of things is so much more than education because I got to tell them like. Y'all might think it's cute, but ain't nothing cute about being a mean girl. You know, ain't nothing cute about being a girl don't nobody like because you just so mean and stuck up. You know, so these are real life situations and things that help mold them at this age right now is that she might thought she was acting right, but she wasn't. And that's not how nobody should treat you, regardless if they don't like you or not. You know, you don't have to treat them like crap. So it's like, it's real teachable moments when you with these kids. Like, I don't let nobody say shut up. I don't care if that's what you say. Don't say it to my students in my room. To me, I don't like that. You can ask them to be quiet if they talking to you. You don't want to talk, but it's just showing respect. Like, you can, like you said, y'all might not agree, but we're respecting you enough to still, if we don't agree, we're still going to respect you. Just don't agree with you, I was going to disrespect you and doing stuff and like, you know. So it's just teaching them respect at the same time, that you can respect your neighbor without liking them, by not agreeing with them, and all these different things.
Yeah, man, that's such a beautiful thing that I feel like we need to teach more, especially kids. It's like, you can disagree with people and still be friends.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why that's like such a foreign concept, because now I see grown men have beef, have, you know, like just like middle school drama shit with adults. And it's like, why are you in that situation? Just let it go. Or why are you, again, thinking about someone else's problems and making it your problem now?
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not going to have beef with that person because I have beef with them, and then vice versa. Like, just move on. Like, life is not worth you caring about other people's problems. So
no, facts. Because nobody's going to care about your problems,
right,
though.
No one's gonna
care. That's the whole thing. Nobody's going to care about your problems. And like, even when you asked me earlier, like, what things are challenging, it's not that challenging to me, because I don't know, ain't nobody else go really figure it out. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just something else I got to do. Nobody's going to figure nothing out for me. That's just how I think. Like, nobody's obligated to help me. Nobody's obligated to think for me. Nobody's obligated to do nothing for me but me. And people need to start realizing that.
To kind of switch it more into a positive note, what are some of the best perks or, you know, things that you love about being a teacher?
I love when somebody don't know something and they ask me, what does this mean? How do you do this? How do you do that? Like, that's what I love. I love when people ask me for help, and I love helping them get the answer. So that's just the most important thing, that I know for sure they don't know, and they confident enough in me that I'm gonna know and I'm gonna teach it to them. So, and then we have fun while we're doing it. Like, it don't be no pressure. Like, in my classroom, like, it's no pressure. Like, we do our work. They learn. Y'all done? Okay, what y'all want to do? Y'all want to play statues? We doing this? We want to take a walk real quick? Y'all need a breather? Even like now, y'all need a mental break. Sometimes they be like, Ms. Brown, I do need a mental break. You just had us doing all that. With like, what do you think? I'm like, okay, y'all. I'm like, it's all good, but I want them to be comfortable enough to be like,
to tell you,
girl, I need a break right now. I'm cool with that. I'm not that. I don't care if they be calling me girl. Sometimes they're like, girl, I need a break. You gave us homework. You did this. You did that. Like, I'm keep it real. Don't be on that fake stuff when you're around me and stuff. Like, even from a kid, like, just be yourself. Because you get in that school and they act like you just got to be. Everybody's not Carlton. Like, this kid is really silly. That's who he is. I'm sorry. Sometimes he just be busting out laughing. I don't even know what to be going on. I'm like, is somebody in here? Like, you know. Humor. So, and we do want them to like straighten up and act right, and this and the third, follow directions. But like, kids are still going to be kids at the end of the day. And that's why I like what I do, because every day is something different. Like, every day is something different. I just never know.
And I mean, that got to be a crazy balance to try to figure out, to where like we're like between being like absolutely, you know, you got to be by the book, you got to be straight, you got to be formal, to a point of like, all right, you know, you can be yourself.
Even now with TikTok, they're going to be bouncing. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be bouncing. I got a new student right now. I call her Bouncy. I don't even know, like, that's her name, because she be bouncing. But no, like, stop doing that. Get it like, ooh, like, she just needs to bounce. Like, that's what she needs to do. Like, I just mean more of a logical thing. I'm not trying to 100% make somebody just stop doing what they doing. Right. But she want to bounce. That girl needs to bounce. So I'm gonna let her bounce.
I'm not sure how much you're into the TikTok, because there's sometimes I've noticed that based on your age, you might be disconnected to what's currently hip, if you want to call that. What's one of the things that you've heard kids in the school that you're at? Like,
so first of all, the high schoolers are crazy. They was trying to get over on everybody in there, but they couldn't get over on me because I'm not that old. So I don't care what y'all think. I don't know. Like, they was telling the one teacher, they was like type, but that's because they can't say type shit. You know what I'm saying? Sure. So I was like, I told them, like, stop saying type to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they probably don't know what you said, but I know what you said. I'm like, type. No, you're trying to say type shit to your teachers. Like, I know what you said. And they're like, how you know? I said, do y'all think I'm a fool? I'm like, I'm not these old teachers here.
She's not like everybody else.
Yes. And I'm like, stop saying type to them. I'm like, you know, but it's funny as though. And I pulled them to the side. The old teachers, I'm not about to explain it to them. So I just be like, I just tell them like, stop saying type to them. I know what you're saying. I know what you. Yeah, you take
poor Miss Karen. She's 77. Stop it.
Like I know what you're saying. So it's just like little stuff like that. Like they not really disrespectful. Like that's kid stuff. Like that's just kid stuff. But it just clicked to me. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they say and just do things, because I know what y'all trying to do. Like I just know.
Speaking of what's trending and hip. When are we getting more videos? Or are you smarter than Miss Brown?
Very soon.
Because I'm waiting.
Monday.
So we trying to binge some more,
Yeah, so I drop Monday and Wednesday. So I'm gonna drop a new one Monday.
Nice.
Yes. We on season 2 now.
Ooh, look at that air horns, man.
Again, oh my.
Yeah. They love Who's Smarter Than Miss Brown because everybody's just like, I was smarter than Miss Brown, like until they get on the show.
Right. You know what's crazy is when you put somebody on the spot. And they go you go blank. It happens to me all the time. Like sometimes we'll have a guest and then they ask me a question. I'm like, wait a minute, I wasn't prepared for this. Yeah. I'm the one asking questions here. They always catching you off guard. I'm sure you consume music, right? Like in your free time, you like to listen to music.
I listen to myself a lot, or like old school music.
Okay. What's some of the music that you listen to that people might not think that you listen to? What's some hidden gems? Kirk
Franklin. I'm gonna tell you literally probably what I played today. This morning I played Kirk Franklin, Melodies from Heaven. It just makes me feel good in the morning. I listened to Michael Jackson, Heaven Sent. I literally been listening to What Would You Do by Rich Homie Quan, just because he passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
And also when I was in college, he was the staple. You know how they say you have a soundtrack of your life?
Right.
So it was just being in school down south, him, Moneybagg, Lucci, Young Thug. It was no way I was gonna get away from it being in Memphis, Tennessee. And then around that time, I was catching a mega bus for $8 to go to Atlanta every weekend from my college. So just these were the people I was listening to, and I would just listen to it bro, I was lit in college. It just bring you all those memories back of everything you was doing. This was the soundtrack of my life for a certain point of time. But other than that, I listen to a lot of all the slow jams, all the old school music too. Or if I'm not listening to myself though. Okay, it's either myself or old school.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, or battle rap. So I'm any current battle that just dropped, I done seen it. I watch Females, Males. I be going to the battles. I just went to a Black Mafia Battle League with Calico. He's from Detroit. If y'all know him, the battle rapper, he got his own battle league. He's about to have another one, I think, at the end of September as well. But I just supported him at that one too. It was so dope. It was in Mount Clemens.
We have a friend of ours that actually does battle rap.
Does
his name is Dulce? What's his last name?
Quetzal.
Dulce Quetzal. So he does different. He travels to Toledo and stuff. He's really dedicated. So shout out to battle rapping because that doesn't get enough rap.
Yeah,
literally that's some. I've seen some of those live when they go back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, relax.
It's not. And I remember watching my first battle. It was an hour long. I remember just being glued to the desktop. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. In the living room, I'm just and they was talking about people, and literally I just started researching. I'm like, oh, this is a battle rapper too. So when you watching and listen to the battles, you learn about other people too. And I'm like, oh, that's Rez. Oh, she was messing with him. And it was like
spilling tea between the reps. I'm like, yo, hang on, who was with who?
It was Lifetime, but spoken words. You know what I'm saying? And you got to put the pieces together and know the people. It was just, I was so intrigued. My housewarming for high school, I had battle rappers there. I'm a real battle rap girl. That's all I used to tweet about on my Twitter. If you go down my thing, it's this battle. This,
I know what
even
I'm about to scroll down Twitter.
Yeah,
I just got on Twitter today too. I've had it for a while, and it's the app that I never check.
Yeah.
But today I was going through the feed because I'm always hearing stuff about since Elon Musk took over, it has been garbage, blah blah blah. And I'm like, all right, well, let me check it out.
Yeah.
And there's fact checking now. I'm like, oh. Why are people saying that it's all fake in here?
Yeah.
There's literally there'll be something that looks like real, and at the bottom be no, this is actually false. And I'm like, so why are people complaining? It looks more accurate than what it was 12 years ago.
No, yeah, it's pretty much the same. It's just what's the guy that owned it?
Elon Musk.
He just be on there fooling, honestly.
He does.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference from the Twitter. He be really off. You own it, and you on her tweeting and going crazy. It's just
his tweets.
And that's the thing
crazy,
about the digital world, like you said, that This man is a billionaire. He made Tesla on her and on Twitter like these childish.
Yeah, sharing memes and shit.
Like it's crazy. Like it's just so crazy what people be doing on these socials.
Oh yeah,
like he's a billionaire. I probably wouldn't be on social media if I was a billionaire.
Even
I wouldn't care about nothing y'all did for real.
Yeah.
Y'all would see me like, but I wouldn't care about nothing y'all do on there because I'm the billionaire.
I own this platform.
Like you know, I get on there every day and say I own this platform. I own this.
You'd say
y'all
at least
own this, right?
one thing
every single day at 7 a.m. I own this bitch. I own it. Oh, guess what, guys?
Y'all own my shit.
What's up, guys? Guess what? I own it.
Guess what? Oh man, breaking news.
When the new Tesla come out, man, I own this shit.
I'll tell you when.
I'll tell you when on my platform.
Or and like when he tweeted was like he think he go buy Coca-Cola and put the Coke back in it.
Oh my
god!
God!
He just be on there fooling like
that was good.
When you know he really got the money to do it though. Like
that's crazy.
That be the crazy part. Like literally, that's the type of stuff he be tweeting. Like he going to put the Coke back in.
He's worried about that instead of going to the moon again. Come on, do something.
That's crazy. Dude.
So it's all entertaining. Like I feel like if you look at social media as it blah blah blah. If you look at social media as anything other than entertainment and to laugh at, like you go drown yourself. Like I'm literally there to laugh. I be looking at the stuff to laugh at, you know. So
it's like sports updates and just random stuff that makes me want to.
That's all. My Instagram.
It's that.
My current Instagram Explore page is cars, rappers, memes, and that's pretty much it.
Pretty much.
Like random videos that go viral, like the hot toilet girl.
Yeah.
Which, shout out to Haley Welch.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So I don't know how many performances you have under your belt, but you've performed live before, right? A handful of times.
Man, I can say. How many I got in front of my belt? I need another belt.
you need a whole shelf.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've had one or two mishaps. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you at a performance?
Like a titty popping out?
Well, I don't know if that happened, but,
something,
it could have been a good thing. Like you ran into some, celebrity or something. What's the craziest part that's ever happened? Or craziest thing? I'm sorry.
My performances really honestly weren't swell. Oh no, back in February I was about to oh my god, I was about to drag somebody at that show. Oh my god. I was about to drag that girl. It was like first of all, I was dolo, because I don't really be tripping about too much stuff. But I was there by myself. I was minding my own business, and I was sitting there. And this is somebody I haven't seen in 4 years.
Oh boy!
And when I've been had seen her, but if I don't care about you, you're like blotting me. You don't even exist. You know what I'm saying? So I see I'm sitting there by myself. Then they decided they want to talk about the issue why I got a show. You know what I'm saying? And that's disrespectful because this is not about you. You don't have a show. You would never have a show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you want to tear up my show and do that. So I told the security, like, I want to continue to have a show. But if y'all don't get her out of here, it won't be a show.
Right.
And she was trailing me, like following me around and stuff, like crying too. Like, we gotta talk about it. Like, I can't stand people. Like, even if she did want to talk, this is not the time for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm literally, this is my show. And I wanted to take the mic and I was performing, throw it right at her head. Because when I looked in the crowd, she was like this, recording me. I'm like, bro, she just wouldn't go away. And I'm just like, bro, do I gotta beat you up or something? Because I was trying not to beat you up because I'm at this show and it was such a beautiful show. And I handled myself very well because I didn't beat her up, even though she deserved to get beat up. But it was just to this day. But it was just like, why are you recording me?
Right.
It's like, y'all don't understand. Like, as I was crying, I wanted to take the mic and go right above her head and knock that phone. We didn't already have this problem. I'm telling security, get you away from me. You like this in the crowd. Like, it was just, I wanted to, I just wanted to explode. But I still had an excellent show. Walked off, got my flowers, got everything. But I just wanted to explode because people really be trying to make stuff about them. And if I act like you don't exist, please be non-existent.
Right.
Just do that. I see you. People want to be seen and heard. And it was just, that was probably the worst thing ever. Like, I really just wanted to take that mic and just bop her right in the head with it.
That's one way to end a show. Throw the mic, not drop that shit.
I swear. And I really didn't even tell nobody that because, like, it was embarrassing. Like, I literally was by myself. So, you know how the whole club looking when they see a girl all by herself and you coming over here bothering me?
No, it's like, fucking wolves out there, man.
And the whole time she was talking to me, y'all, I was doing just like that. I literally act like people not alive. I was just like this, looking straight ahead.
And it's like sitting where Mario's at.
And she just sitting here talking. She crying. She doing all. Do you know how psycho you look? Somebody just like this.
And somebody next to you like, oh my God. She's ignoring me.
Like to where when the security they came and was like, is she okay? I said, sir, at first I tried to make her. I was like, sir, I don't know. Get her away from me. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
I'm minding my business.
You know, but yeah. So that was like probably the only mishaps because, I mean, anything else, I have a manager, so my stuff be in order on time. I be where I need to be when I need to be there. Even like here, like he managed everything I do, so I really don't have, and even if it is problems, you have to ask him what the problem is because I don't see the problem,
right? Because
that's what you have a team for, you know. Right. That's when people are riding for you and doing things so you don't see, so your show can go on effortlessly. Because probably if I had to handle that and perform, I might be out of breath from performing, thinking that they got to, you know, just running around. Yeah, it's too much. Like I just be focused on being an artist and being where I need to be when he tell me I need to be somewhere.
Delegation is a beautiful thing. We know that firsthand.
Yeah, we do.
And I shout out to the manager.
yes, absolutely.
All that.
Yeah.
Oh man. What's some of the best advice you either gotten from an artist for the the industry or for in your personal life? What's some of the best advice you've ever received?
Okay, so we can start with the artist. You know how like at first I thought the advice wasn't really good advice because it was just like, stay consistent, keep going. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really do just sound so minute. Like, everybody say that. But, like, when I had to think about it, like, what if I would have stopped? And what if I really wasn't consistent? I'm just like, oh, like, they not, you know what I'm saying? You know, like.
They cooking,
literally. So, it's like, oh, it might. Them little words might be like, oh, everybody say that, but you really do. You really got to stay consistent. You really got to keep going. Like, what if I literally would have stopped after that happened to me and just didn't do nothing else? Or what if I would have stopped beforehand when I'm dealing with all that and they saying what they saying? I'm just like, you know what, Dominique, just give up. This is enough. Charlamagne would have never said my name. He would never said, and this was nothing that I expected. I was just telling my story. Like, I just said what happened to me. I didn't know it was gonna go viral like that. I didn't know. It wasn't planned. I didn't put no money up. I didn't do nothing but wake up and I was everywhere. And I always had a thought every day, literally like, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna go to sleep and I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna wake up and I'm just be everywhere. Like that, it really happened. So you really have to stay consistent. In my personal life, her name is Miss Wright. I love her. I used to co-teach for her in a history class as well. And I used to cry to her when I was at my other job all the time because I was so emotional about everything that was going on. And she's the one who told me, you got to bet on yourself. And she was like, and like this, you got to bet on yourself. And she said, the main thing is the main thing, and keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is me. That was all I needed to know. I have to bet on myself. Every opportunity I think is an opportunity for me. I got to go get it. I got to go rush to it. I got to do what I got to do for me. Just like on some FanDuel, we picking these players, we betting on them and woo woo. I need to be acting like I'm opening up my own personal FanDuel and Dominique Brown is on there and I'm clicking on me and I'm betting on myself. So that's the advice, is to bet on me.
You can't, again, you said those words tend to be thrown around by a lot of people. Like, oh, you just got to be consistent, just keep going. Yeah. And it's very easy to go over your head until you start seeing your success. Again, success that might seem like it's, accidental or the next
I just had that thought a couple of days ago. Like literally, what I just said to you, I just thought about it the other day. Like, what if I would have stopped? What if I'm like, it wasn't. I really thought it was some whack advice because that's all we hear. Stay consistent, bro. Keep going.
Come on, keep the hustle going, bro.
Like from a nigga in a Bentley though. Like, come on, now don't tell me to say what was the formula. Like, they didn't give up. They didn't stop. No matter what, what was thrown at them. Like, you really do have to stay consistent. I really got to keep going. I really got to keep having more ideas. I really got to keep posting. I really got to keep shooting videos. I really got to keep going to the studio. I really got to keep doing interviews. I really got to keep taking every opportunity that is given to me to stay consistent. That's the only way.
Yeah. No. Again, it's very people. I feel like sometimes people get a little too comfortable, especially if they get any level of recognition or anything like that, because you could have also in that same turn, Charlamagne says your name and you could have just been like, I made it, I'm done, I'm gonna clock out, essentially. Right? No, like, you, if anything, now we keep going harder, bro.
And we had that conversation, me and my manager, where Somebody told me, was like, Dominique, all these people coming to you, they said, sit down, kick your feet up. I said, kick my feet up. I went to my car and wrote 5 songs. Right. I'm not kicking nothing up.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's not even 1, 5.
You know what I'm saying? And that's to be the people around you too, probably sometimes that really never fought for their dream or chased the dream before or ever stay consistent or kept going like how I'm going, to where it might look different from you because you're not on my side of the playing field, because you don't do it out. You're not the type of MVP player that I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just a different field that like a smart person would notice. It ain't never the time to kick your feet up. You know what I'm saying? I have things, but I don't have all that I want. You know what I'm saying? And I know I can be more. I know I can be better. I know I can do more. Even if somebody congratulates, Dominique, you doing this, congratulations. But in my head, I'm like, I could have did some more. I could have did this. I'm thinking about grading papers when I leave here. Why? Because I just be thinking about, let me get this done so I can do something else. Let me do this so I can do something else. Let me go hurry up, write that song so I can do something else. Like, that's how my brain works too, y'all. I'm a Pisces. I be all over the place. But I be doing so much stuff. If it comes to my head, I'm going to do it. My swimwear line, y'all, I really woke up one day and said I'm about to make swimsuits. My whole family was looking at me like, bro, you just be doing, like, you will say you do something, you really do it. Like, and then the next thing you know, I was having photo shoots. Soon as my shipment dropped, I was outside. Asked everybody. I ain't have a logo. I ain't had nothing. I was outside like, hey, y'all want to buy some swimsuits? I know you got a mama. I know you got a sister. I know you got a, because when I love something, I want to do it. I was everywhere. I sold my first like 100 swimsuits to all guys because I was pressing them.
Wow.
I was pressing them. Hey, damn, you look good. Y'all look good. Well, buy me my swimsuit. Right. The swimsuit that I got them.
You didn't reverse. It's just trying to hit you up.
No, for real.
Man, I ended up buying swimwear. What the fuck?
Right. Like, for real, like, I'm really the big CEO pushing emotion. I put a nigga on if I ain't got no emotion. Like, I never waited for nobody to do nothing for me. Like, and even my cousin, we started our business around the same time, but she was like, Dominique, I don't know how free spirited. I love how free spirited you are, because she waited till she got everything for her business, the business cards, the bags, woo woo, baby. I was outside when I had the box. You know what I'm saying? Right. Just the Ziploc bags that the distributor put it in. I'm like, here go my number, here go this. And then as I'm going, people calling me, I'm getting all that stuff. Now I'm getting business cards and all this, then a third. But I just needed to hit the ground running. Like, that's just how I need to hit the ground. Even when I was like, okay, I'm about to take music serious and really do this, I stayed in the studio and I found me an engineer. He only charged me per song, not by hour, because he knew I was new and stuff like that. And I wanted to be in there and I was hungry for it. My first feature came from my cousin. My family was mad, like, don't do a song with him, he crazy. I didn't care though. Anybody that said they want to do a song with me, I was pulling up. Right. I literally was pulling up. So even with the hustle, like, people don't understand, like, I hustle for this. Like, I done did so much stuff and put my own footwork in and make my own footprints. And that's not easy. Like, and I was living in Atlanta for 2 years. So I had just moved back home last year. All the people that know me, Drippin Honey, they don't even call me by my name. They only know me by Drippin Honey because that's about how the hard work that I really put in. Like, they just know me as Honey. They don't know nothing else. They didn't know I was a teacher until I went viral. Like, girl, you a teacher? Even the people that, when I was teaching in Georgia, some of my student parents are A&Rs for Sony and this, that, and the third, and Think Mamas is on Love and Hip Hop and these different things. And I was their teacher, and they hit me like, girl, why you didn't say nothing? But I always been a professional. If I'm at work, I'm just at work. I don't care who mama you is. I ain't about to be, and the kids love me. You know?
Yeah, right. You're not mixing the two.
Parent teacher conference. This is my Linktree, by the way. Make sure you follow.
And these parents are crazy over me because their kids are crazy over me, and they're just like, girl, you really a good person. And they hear the music like, girl, you can rap too. So it's different. You know,
I think I personally, and I'm glad you kind of brought that up, because I personally think sometimes the biggest downfall to people doing anything is when they try to do that perfect timing. Oh, I'm just waiting for the perfect moment so I can do this, to start that, to move on this. It's like, what are you waiting for? Like, start it, and then as you make mistakes, fix them.
The day I thought about it was the perfect moment. That's how I be thinking of stuff. I wouldn't have thought about it if it wasn't perfect. I wouldn't have thought about it if it wasn't for me.
Right. Yeah, the perfect moment is now.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't do it now, guess what? It already passed. Your perfect moment passed. Like, now you got to do it again. Like,
I think every day is the perfect moment. Like, anytime I think of something, that is the perfect. Or when I get my hair done, I ain't gonna lie. Nah, them are always perfect moments when you get your hair done. It's
every day. What are you talking about? Every day that hair is perfect. What is I mean, you kind of, teased a little bit of the answer, I guess. What's some of the ultimate goals you have for your career?
I want to be the best that I can be. I want to be everywhere. I want to make good money. I want to be okay. Like, even like everybody that's with me and working for me, like I want all of us to be to the next level, from the cameraman to the manager to the dancers to the, like I want all of us to the next level. So the next thing for me is always the next level, and whatever that next level looks like for me and wherever I'm at, like I want to be better. I want more people to know me. I want more everything, like, and I want to work towards that. I don't want to just say I want more and I'm not doing nothing to get more. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to work harder. I want to have more music. I want to have more videos. I want to have more shows. Like, cause this is a real world. How I'm gonna get that if I'm not working? Yeah, it's not gonna fall in my lap.
Stuff doesn't normally get handed out.
And just creating events like that is like more meaningful. Cause even like with being a teacher and like certain trainings that we have, it's just like one training really stuck with me, and it's like I kind of implied it in music. It's just like music or certain type of events is just like when somebody leave your space, what did they leave with? Like what did they gain from it? Whether it's a feeling, the fact, the gym, you know, like what did they actually gain from this experience and being around you for this certain amount of time? So just with my shows and my music, I want somebody to feel like they gained something. If it's like, oh, this is sweet, this is nice, this made me feel better, this made me happy, this made me laugh, this was that. Like, even when people saying they was watching my video and I'm reading the comments and it was like, when she hugged her students, I was crying, and you know, and I'm on Mojo in the morning and people are calling in. It was just like, I remember this one lady was literally was like, the whole country is hurting for you right now, for you losing your job. And I'm like, the whole country?
You're like, this is new to me. What's going on?
You know, so it's just so crazy. So it's just about creating that vivid memory or emotion for people. Because you know how like now, like, why be listening to old school music, but it make me feel good. My voice, my music make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? So, but it sparked that vivid memory or that vivid emotion that, you know what I'm saying, I miss or I want or I need. You know what I'm saying? Because I listen to Kirk Franklin because I need to in the morning time, because I need that inspiration to make me feel good. Okay, I'm about to get this day started. I'm about to get up on here. Anything that come down gonna be a blessing. You know, so it just got to be like just stuff like that. So I'm, even in my music, my videos, I'm trying to spark a vivid memory or emotion with people.
That's bro.
Oh, that thing.
What's some of the collaborations that you want to get going on pretty soon? I mean, if there's something going on, you don't have to, you know.
No. Okay, so one collaboration that we're working on, manager, is because I went to school to the University of Memphis, and it's an artist that I just opened up for, AR the Mermaid, and she's from Memphis, and I want to work with people that are already where I got footprints, because I'm a Memphis Tiger forever. Like, yes, I'm from Detroit and stuff like that, but me leaving the house at 18 and going off to school and being the first person in my family to go to college, and years later having my whole family come to see me graduate, and my niece just wrote her history paper on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and her mama just texted me she got a 10 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. We like that. So we like that.
It's just like I'm really paving the way for a lot of people in my life, not just myself, and being an inspiration. Like, I just didn't know my impact and how, you know, how much of an inspiration I was to people. To people tell you, like, you don't know. I don't go around fishing for compliments and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody comes to me, it's just like, oh my God, like, when my sister told me she was writing her essay on me, and I see my auntie Dominique Brown, singer, songwriter, rapper, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like, oh my God, this girl.
Oh man,
it felt like BT behind the music. Right. I was just like, okay, girl, got her commas and everything. So it's just like, it's different. And I got other students like sending me videos, and they're in classroom watching me on the news, and their teacher are discussing about it and saying like, you know, how do y'all feel about it? What's this? What's next? And so like everything is next for me. Like, I want everything. I want to work with everybody. I don't care if it's the news, it's a kid, it's the fashion designer, if it's about tutoring, it's about swimsuits, it's about political. Like, I want to do everything. And I'm already involved with a lot of everything. So, you know, so like, that's what's next for me. Everything. I want to do everything. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm always indecisive. So trying to get me the number list and get a few things, I can't never do that, because I love so much stuff. Like, literally, I do so much stuff. Ask him. I tell him 150,000 things all the time. People like, hold on, wait. Let's see what it looks like. That's his favorite line. We got to see what it looks like. I just told you what it looked like. It looked like me doing it.
You know, it's great you said that you wanted to be an inspiration. I grew up in Southwest Detroit. Once I, came here from Mexico, and 48209. That's my zip code.
Okay.
So we're, a couple of digits off, but we're about the same, And funny enough, I don't know if you know who Jack White is. He's one of the old members from the White Stripes. He's an international known rock star. Mm-hmm. He's from Southwest Detroit. We literally are from the same street, to the block almost. And it's crazy because I look at a person like that, I'm like, oh, if this person literally lived, in the same street, anything is possible. Like, I don't have to just reserve myself to like
and
limitations.
Even you drive around Detroit, Parkside, named after David Ruffin now. You know what I'm saying? Like Motown is right downtown, across the street from the hospital. Like when you really think about it, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you ride past how Diana Ross used to live there. Oh, what's the name? Like in this house right here down the street from me, around corner from me, from the Coney, I be going too. Like it's wild. Barry Gordy used to live here. Oh, it's just be so crazy on the history. And if these people, I even said it in an interview too, like this with the Motown in Detroit, like it could be something in our water that make us so adventurous, make us want to be entrepreneurs and artists and build and just do the things that we do. Like it might be in the soil, literally. Because it's just, and people leaving their homes 60, 50 years ago. Michael Jackson left Indiana to come to Detroit to get a life. And this is the biggest man in the world now. He been dead almost 15, 16 years now. You know what I'm saying? Like he left his house, him and his whole family, and they came to Detroit to meet a man that changed their life. And that man was from Detroit as well. Like, so it's just like, these are real life testimonies. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson. Right. When they want to say, Detroit did.
The artist definition
Michael Jackson left his house to come to Detroit. I ain't trying to hear what y'all talking about.
Right. Yeah, no,
like literally.
Yeah, no, and it's crazy because I personally seen Detroit again from an outside view from 2004 to now. That's exactly a 20-year mark. Yeah, the Detroit right now, it's where you gotta be at. Anybody listening, you looking somewhere to come to Detroit.
We good.
She's like, no,
we good.
Stay where you at, though.
We got enough of everything. Y'all not about to treat Detroit like Houston. Y'all need to stay where y'all at. We good.
Something about Houston, I guess.
We good. Everybody know. Do not start migrating here. We straight.
Stay where you're at.
5 o'clock traffic is already enough. We're okay.
Man, I gotta show you this picture.
Y'all can come visit.
Oh
sometime.
no! What do you have?
So just to give everybody context, my commute for my day job to my house is 14 minutes. Look what this estimated time was today, this morning.
An hour and 10 minutes is
what?
Crazy.
What? Why? Did like multiple wrecks happen? What
now
went
it's
down?
Just construction and people live here now, dude. It's crazy. I looked at it, I'm like, that gotta be a typo. I must have hit like walk home or something. Like, ain't no way an hour and 10 minutes to get home. What the fuck?
No, that's crazy.
And I was like, nah, people need to start moving out back again.
Go to the suburbs.
Go back to the suburbs. Oh man,
that's crazy.
Oh man, I know I was gonna say because our lovely chat's got questions. So shout out Victorino for being here. Knowing him, he loves being here. He asked you, are there any similarities you find in doing music that you also see in teaching, like wanting to make sure people leave with something like positive, lasting, like a good experience?
Yeah, and even like from creating music to performing in music. I'm always trying to create an experience. Even like one show that we did, I was the only artist like actually out in the crowd, not backstage, talking and, meeting new fans and meeting people that wanted to talk to me. But it's just like, what I'm be back there for? These people are the ones that paid their money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I pay money to make this music and be in the studio and writing it too. So I'm about to be with the money payers, not with the, I'm saying? I'm not about to be all in the back high and like I'm just... I don't know whatever they think, I don't know, but I'm about to be mingling with the people that pay their money, you know what I'm saying, to actually create that experience. And it's like, I met her, she was cool, I didn't even know she was performing. Then I'm 6 feet tall, so then when they see me, they're like, girl, you performing? Because sometimes I don't even come off like that. I be chilling with everybody else, like, so then when it's my turn to go, everybody be looking like, you about to perform too? Like,
this
okay.
whole time
you're like, wait, you didn't tell us.
If they didn't know, but they was like, I'm kicking it with you so bad that it's just like, you ain't even think about that. Then when I go on, now it's extra lit in here because I didn't party with everybody that's down on the floor already. So and then the music is already fun. It's interesting and it's not like nobody else. So it's already captivating to a lot of people anyway, because I don't be in the booth trying to be doing what nobody else do. I do what I want to do. I say what I want to say.
Mm-hmm. When I was younger, I used to look at teachers and like kind of have a little mystery behind them because people, well, at least when I went to school, you couldn't have no social media with them, and no kind of connections outside of school. and I'm not speaking on your behalf or anything, but I can't imagine like if your students do they know what you do outside of school?
I mean, probably not my new students because they so
not
young.
Okay, but like the old one, of course, they know.
I mean, they in the video, they know.
Right.
You ain't hear? Did y'all watch our video? Y'all ain't see him at the end of the video? They like, Miss Brown, can I cuss? I don't work here.
I don't work here no more.
They was like, they was like, fuck. I was like, oh. What did I start? But that's about the respect though, too. Though, like, they asked me, they like, Miss Brown, can I cuss? I'm like, because. How do y'all be when y'all don't work somewhere? I'm like, man, I don't work here. Y'all do
what you want now.
Yeah, so like, it's just different.
I think hands down, you got to be like, if people of kids in school right now thinking of what their teacher does outside of work, you probably got to be at the top.
No, okay, so like, I know one of my students, like, it might not be true, but I feel like he was the first person to like find my social media. Because I swear I was walking down the hallway one day, and I got this one song called Backwood Honey. And all I heard was bend me over, bust me open like a backwood. And I looked at Gio and I said, man, bro, I'm like, you tweaking right now. I'm like, I don't know what you want. I said, well, stop singing that song and go. He was like, all right, Dominique Brown. So I knew he probably found my Facebook because my Facebook was Dominique Brown. So now he think he got one up on me. So then as they talking, and then the next day I told him, I said, y'all not that smart. My Facebook is Dominique Brown. You don't get no cookies for that. That wasn't hard to type in Dominique Brown on Facebook. So I had to tell him too, like, y'all not cooking like y'all think y'all cooking. Right. I'm like, my name is Dominique Brown. I wasn't trying to hide for real. Like, like what? But it was just funny though, and they wasn't really moved by it.
That's crazy though. Like I personally, again, if I'm thinking back to,
but also for my thing, I think around that time I was in school for my master's too. So like my students be like, Miss Brown, you was in class, you was in this, because I'm still posting me working and doing my work and doing my stuff and still being in the studio. So even from them watching me, I'm working, I'm doing something. So they ain't just see Miss Brown at the house chilling. I'm not laid back just watching TV and just doing just regular stuff. Like they see me doing stuff. Like they know I was in the studio last night. They know I was shooting a video. They know I was doing that. And it also helps them too to like not be lazy and to do what you want to work for. And also he's working with another artist. Like, I'm gonna be tired after this. I be tired as hell. I gotta grade papers. I gotta deal with.
On top of that,
you know what I'm saying? Go see Stop 3000. But I chose to do this. I want to be an artist or whatever. So guess what? I'm gonna go to work tired. I'm gonna be sleepy. I'm gonna do it like this and do it like that. So it's just like you have to roll with the punches and can't say you want to be great or want this, that, and the third and be crying about little shit. I would just go have to take a nap later. Like it is what it is. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Like even today, I literally got off work and started getting ready and coming all the way out here. And like I was doing I'm like the only little bit of regular thing I did, I'm like, I'm at least watching a little TV while I'm doing my makeup. On the floor, and I'm just with my little mirror because I don't want to go to the big mirror because then I won't be able to watch TV. So like you gotta squeeze in what you want to do a little bit, how you want to do it. Like, so it's just like I could have been like, yeah, I really was tired getting off work. It's Friday. I was in there sweating. My hair was pent up before I left work. They was running me around. They was pulling, jumping over me, all type of stuff. I would rather be laying down. But I need to be doing what I need to do because I'm not trying to just be laying in that same bed, in that same house, in that same thing. I want a bigger house. I want a bigger car. I want a nicer driveway and stuff like that. And this is what comes with it. Doing stuff when you're tired. Doing stuff when you don't want to do it. Doing stuff when you know I might not even have the time to do this. How I'm about to do this. But I'm just going to have to do it and see how I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So it's just different.
Earlier you mentioned about you offer private, what do you call mentoring, teaching? Tutor. I'm sorry. Is that something that even like, tomorrow or next year, let's say, you're at another step in your career. Would you ever stop doing that? Or do you think you kind of cross that bridge when you get there?
I don't think I would ever stop doing it because I've literally taught in Tennessee, Georgia, Michigan. I probably got like over 700 children that people that know me, love me, and whatever. And whether it's now or 10 years later, if they need me, I'm gonna come. Like that's just gonna be forever. Like my students right now, and I was just teaching the juvenile program. Some of my students just getting their tether off. I ain't been there a month. They sending me pictures. You know what I'm saying? Like Miss Brown, I did it. Miss Brown, this. I got certain students that I had Kamila since she was in kindergarten. Y'all, this was like 5-6 years ago. She tell me good night, Miss Brown, every other night.
Oh, wow.
Miss Brown, what you doing? Miss Brown, I miss you. Miss Brown, you come to sit in Bearmore with us. Miss Brown, you know somebody that can do our hair. Woo, woo. This is never going to stop because this is what I love to do. Like, and I'm there for them. And I didn't told them to their face, I will be there for you. So what do I look like not being there for you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do I look like? Like, I went to these girls, they in this group, it's called, I don't know what the organization is called, but they have like a daddy-daughter dance, and they do all these nice stuff, teach them etiquette and all that. So I went to their little event. My students that got so big, because I told you she ain't been my student in 5-6 years. They walked right past me. I didn't even know who they was. I swear. Their mama was like, yeah, you ain't see somebody. I said, girl, that was them. Like, I'm talking about dress, hair flip, curl. They like, Miss Brown, your laugh. I'm like, where does the time go? Yeah. And they still like little babies to me, and they still love me. They still running up to me and stuff like that. So it's just like, and they got my number, and they going to use it. One of my other students, literally, I just gave her my number the other day. She said, Miss Brown, I got to see you in person. We got to talk. Girl, I'm going to call you. I said, girl, call me anytime. I'm going to call you when I get out of school. They be like, you at work? Girl, ain't you at school? Yes,
you're at school. Well, of course I'm at work.
Like, and they be checking in. Like, they really don't be playing. Like, they don't be playing. They grandmas be sending me stuff for teachers appreciation. I done got $200. I done got some money, like, for real, of like, thank you for taking care of my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you for that. Like, when I drop her off with you, I know she's safe, you know? And I done left school when parents hit me up like, is my child safe there? And they really want to know certain things because I'm not there no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making sure certain things are in place for these certain children because since their kids been in school, nobody never did that for them. But it's just, I feel like as a Black woman, it's easier for me though. It's just being nurturing. Like I told you right now, like my granny is 95. So being nice, being a good person, helping people, giving a good advice, like it's natural for me. It's not nothing that is forced. And I love being around kids. So it's just like, it comes second nature to me.
And you know, the version I had in my head of you as like not even close to what the actual reality. And I just, again, like teachers is not good enough. Good teachers too, because again, like any field, you know, there's a couple bad ones that give the profession a bad name. But when you have teachers that really care about not just you know, the time the bell rings to when you dismissal.
Yeah. When
it's outside of that, that's a whole nother level. People, you know, teachers that provide supplies, they plan activities, stuff that's not in that curriculum per se.
Yeah.
That's something to like, man.
So the sisters that I was telling you about is 3 sisters. They mom had pretty much like that. Her car got stolen, but like got stolen like soon as she got out of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, walked in the house and somebody jumped in her car. But the girls called me. And I'm literally in Atlanta because I was living in Atlanta at the time crying like, Miss Brown, my mama did. It's shocking. So later on that night, fast forward, they mama called me like, you these kids auntie, nah. They call you when they happy. They call you when they scared. They call you when they sad. And I'm freaking out like what I'm going to do. I'm sending my family over there like, you know, y'all good. Where mama at? Like, and I'm freaking out because I'm all the way in Georgia. There's nothing I really can do. Right. I'm trying to make sure my baby's okay. Right. And she just called me later that day just to reassure me like, girl, you that godmama now. Like, these your kids. And, you know, she was like, my kids call you for everything when they happy. Like, let me show Miss Brown. Let me do this. And I literally been with them since day one, since the program that I was in. I taught the Gold Line program where I had a contract with 12 different Northwest schools on Myers and Curtis. And Kamila, I remember what she had on the first day I met her. She had all purple barrettes and stuff. She used to love, it was beautiful purple. But she was up under me every day. And she's like, my stomach hurts. So by Friday, I'm like, I got to tell your mama your stomach been hurting all week. But her stomach was never hurting. She just never wanted to leave from me. She didn't want to go to another class. She didn't want to do anything. I'm like, Kamila, you have to. You know what I'm saying? But it's 6 years later and that little girl's still on my hip. Like, I can go pick them up and take them out. We done been to CJ Barrymore's together. And literally she's holding my hand and she's like, Miss Brown, you think I can get on this ride? And you know how when somebody probably really don't 100% believe in themselves, so they're going to ask you to confirm, like, should I do this? Like, that makes me feel good. I'm like, girl, yeah, you want me to go in there with you, girl? Hold your hand. Let's go. Yeah. Like, I don't be holding them up. I'm like, let's go. I be more lit than them. I be louder than them. I be more lit than them. I'm like, yes, you can do it. Let's do it. So it just be different. That's just who I am, though. I do too much sometimes, though.
No, that's good. And I'm pretty sure I speak on behalf of every student that you've ever teach. You know, thank you, Ms. Brown.
No
you
worries.
Are appreciated.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh man. we're like rolling up on. We're rolling up on 2 hours now.
I know, right?
Crazy, isn't it?
Saying like not too many people in the industry that actually care about the people being someone of service.
Yeah, no, that's crazy, and it's so refreshing when you actually see people that care. Because again, you're always on the news going back to like the glorification of the bad stuff in society. It's like we don't ever get to hear, the good things. Like when they try to put you on the news and they were talking about got fired for rapping. Yeah, but why are you guys not reporting down? Like, I think you had got the teacher of the month, right? Mm-hmm. Like recently, like in that time period. It's like, why is that not like the highlight? Good teacher gets fired for this, like they always try to narrate it in a way to like,
and then the news ain't all
like,
that.
Come on, what are we doing?
They are they worse than the social media. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because a real journalist or somebody on the news would did a check-in with me and make sure I was okay after you ran me down and ran to my house to get my story because you seen it was everywhere. So it's just like, everybody is not good people. Everybody's not here for a good service. Y'all was in here running to my house for a story. Ain't nobody checked on me since. Then I'm seeing these same people when I'm going to the president's dinner too. Now y'all looking at me like, how you get here? Right. Yeah, because I didn't need y'all to get into another door. It would have been more beneficial for us to walk into the door together. Sure. But you just wanted to run for me for a story and just for, what I'm saying, all this and the third. And it's cool because it helped me as well. But it wasn't really because, y'all really care about the good teacher, like you said, and the good service and the things that we do. You just ran with it because y'all wasn't hot and y'all needed my hot story to help you out. Yep. So that's how it just worked out and then I seen them at the president because I got invited to the president's dinner with the NAACP and I went.
Stab that shit.
Okay.
And that's literally how I felt.
Every time.
That's literally how I felt when I seen them because I'm thinking like if I'm a journalist and I was the person, this still another story that needs to be checked on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like on some, where are they now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't right to begin with. And you just wanted that story just for a second. But this is not just a story. It's more like a movie, And we
haven't written the ending to it.
Yeah.
But speaking of publications and articles, I hear outside of the country you've been mentioned. I've seen that places like Italy
Brazil,
have written Milan. About you. Yeah. How do you like contemplate seeing that? It's just like, whoa, how does this?
Well, it was hard at first because I couldn't read it.
Sure.
So like I'm like, so as I was posting it, I was joking. I'm like, okay. I'm like, my Spanish people, but people was replying like, this Portuguese, this, that. We in Brazil. So you know what I'm saying? They speak enough for themselves and telling me where they from. And I'm like, I am so sorry. I didn't know. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning. So, and then when I'm looking, like, when I'm logging into myself, it's even countries. I ain't know, I can't even pronounce it. I'm like, y'all was looking at me there? I don't even know what this is. Yeah. Like, it's crazy. Like, literally, Milan. I'm like, y'all, it's like the Shazam. So I can see. So I'm like, somebody was in Milan and was like, who is this? And it was me. Like, what? Like, that's crazy. Like, it was me. Like, because it show you who you get Shazam the streams too. So you can see who's like, I'm like, these people, like, who is this? And then the phone told me it was me. Like, it's crazy. Like, that part is still just shocking. When I be looking at my stuff all the time. So even that is just shocking. Like, I literally can't believe it. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, Milan. I'm going to keep saying that because that's just the biggest one to me. Because I'm just like, not the fashion city of the world. Like, y'all listen to Little Drippin Honey.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. Yeah, Paris, too. Like, they really loving me in Paris. I actually been in Paris too, but I got robbed when I went there.
You say you got robbed in Paris?
Yeah.
What?
I did. I did. Yeah, but it was nice. It was a nice place, but I got robbed.
Besides the rob,
yeah,
it was a nice place.
I made my own perfume out there too. So
did you?
Oh, tell us a little bit about that.
So I went to a chemist that wasn't really too far from my Airbnb, and you sit there and you smell all these different fragrances, and based off the fragrances that you pick, you have to work with a chemist because I don't know, all the chemist stuff, but this flower can't be too much with that one. It might explode and all that stuff. So, we was in the lab I just put it together.
You gotta get a sample of that.
Yeah.
Is there anything? And sorry for not knowing. Do you have like a link to where we can like put like merchandise or like anything you're selling? Or not yet?
Not yet.
All right. It's coming soon.
Yes. Because I got all my stuff on hand. So if you're in the Metro Detroit area, you can DM me and I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do pop-up shops and stuff like that.
Okay.
And at any of my shows, you can get some merch. Yeah.
What's well, relative to today, this episode probably come out on Sunday, the 9th? 8th. What are some shows that you have in the Metro Detroit area?
I do have a show tomorrow, but by the time this comes out,
it'll be on the Instagram stories.
But it's cool though. I'm still posting. Yeah. But tomorrow we at Club Blue. And then anything past tomorrow, I don't know off the top of my head because that's why I have a manager. October 27th.
Exclusive.
October 27th. Yeah. So October, and who's gonna be there? Me and YNJ. Yep. So it's a Halloween party.
Oh.
Yeah. We're gonna have some Halloween specials coming up too. It's gonna be dope.
Definitely.
We'll pull up if we what day of the week is that? Saturday?
27th is a Sunday, I believe. Sunday, I believe.
Sunday, really?
Yeah. So I think the 25th is one of our shows.
Okay.
So I'm thinking
we might be able to pull up. We'll pull up.
Oh yeah.
We'll bring out all the Mexicans.
Yeah.
She about to be packed.
I'm trying to so you know some Mexicans that rap.
Yes, we do.
Artists in South
like I'm trying to do a little crossover, little song. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bilingual.
We'll
little.
Hey, we'll speak after we wrap this up because I want to spill the sauce on some.
Well, yeah, because one's in the chat. So there's
one is in the chat. Literally.
What's up, chat?
It's like I'm a Mexican that raps. Put me hip.
Put me hip. He's actually. I don't know if you guys heard of the Cypher Society going around right now. It's like a. It's a
collective
of different rappers from different sections, even outside of Detroit. I don't know if you guys know who Cluner is.
Yeah.
So he was in one of that clip that went kind of viral recently of him like taking it serious. That was from that cipher. So he's part of the guy in the chat. He's part of that cipher.
Okay.
And he's literally probably one of the relatively most known Hispanics or Mexicans. Hey, we got to get that track together, Victorino.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, it's always good to expand your horizons because again, one of those things kind of you said about like Milan, where you were being mentioned. You never know where you're like the top of the charts.
Yes.
When it's not in America.
Because people in Brazil was not playing. They was like, if that would have happened here, like I got the DM, it would have happened here, we would have threw the principal out. That's what they was telling me. They were just like, we know you a great teacher. Like, I really got real fans in Brazil. Right. So it's just like, I'm trying to look for some people out there that's ready to do some music. Let's work. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm all down for it. Even when I was like went to Puerto Rico, like I was protesting in Puerto Rico back in 2019 and stuff like that when they was throwing their government out and stuff like that. Like I'm really like that. 2020, I was protesting everywhere. Like
she gonna protest tomorrow.
And it's on my YouTube channel, just being in the streets with the people and actually seeing them really fight for something and them actually getting the turnout that they wanted and getting those people out, those officials out of there and things like that. So just
And again, Miss Brown, thank you for coming by. Where can we find you? Where can we find you?
What they say? I'm sorry, I see a big paragraph. I'm just looking.
Victorino is he's just like, hope we meet one day. Like I can't wait to see where you're going from here. Too many people live as their persona that they created rather than be someone, and that's real and personable.
Oh
yeah, shout out to Victorino.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, great dude.
Where can get a hold of you or information?
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Drippin, no G, DrippinHoney _music. My Twitter is Damo. I just never changed my Twitter because I had it for so long.
That's a good one, though. I like that.
Well, like, people really don't know, like, my Damo page, even on my Instagram, was legendary, like, in my city type shit. Like, like, they know who that is. Like, they still know who it is. And it took me a while to change it because I'm like, my page was like Fox 5. Like, everybody used to be on there. So when I went to go change my name, I'm like, they might not like that. So I just kept my Twitter Damo. But all my music on all platforms is Drippin Honey. And then my YouTube page is Drippin Honey 313. But it's all together because it got to a point where people start making fake like YouTubes of me. So it's Drippin Honey 313 is my page. Y'all see 13,000 subscribers. We working on 14,000.
Nice. Hey, That's me. Let's go. Let's shoot for a million eventually. But again, I appreciate you guys swinging by. And unless Mario wants to add something to it,
No, we do appreciate you guys being here and for everything that has happened to you and continues to happen to you. Oh, yeah. The trajectory keeps going up. Yeah. We hope for that.
And if there's anything we can do in any shape or form, you guys have a spot here.
Yeah,
definitely.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, no problem.
And y'all need to come out to a show.
Absolutely.
Or something.
Oh yeah. Man. We were literally at that Cypher Society. We were literally at a music video shoot yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
So we're our first little cameo together.
We're dipping our toes.
We
get in there.
Yeah.
But again, I appreciate you guys and nothing but success. And again, thank you, Ms. Brown, for being.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Thank you, Chad. I always wanted to say that.
Hey.
Shout out to the chat.
I think he missed the next part. He missed the next bit. When's the next show?
We went over
tomorrow at Club Blue, right? Yeah. Tomorrow, Club Blue, downtown Detroit, and then
October
the 27th. Next one is October 27th. But we're definitely going to have some more shows in between tomorrow and October 27th too. Okay. But those which you can look out, and if you follow me on Instagram, send me a DM. Let me know y'all watch this interview, and I'm going to follow y'all back.
Oh shit! There you go.
Throw some air horns.
Last air horns a little bit. Yeah. Every time.